Good evening, Tallahassee. I'm student meteorologist Oceana Hayden with your Thursday edition of FSU weather. Take a look at this gorgeous, gorgeous sunset going on outside of Doak Campbell Stadium. We're sitting 55 with a really calm wind in the area right now. All across the region, we're looking really low 50s, a little bit less on the coast. Our dew points are staying really dry here. They are about 43 in Tallahassee, and really up in Georgia, they're just a little bit lower in the 30s, but overall, we're staying really dry and chilly here in the region. No moisture at all, just like I'd mentioned, no rain chances really happening quite yet. Some headlines we're gonna go over tonight. We're gonna be traveling to Congaree National Park, and this is unfortunately the last Thursday show of the semester, but we will be back next semester, and a little finals week forecast. All of that and more on FSU weather.
Good evening, everybody. Now, as you heard Oceana say, this is our last Thursday show, so I just want to say that this has been a very fun semester overall. Ain't that right, Tyler?
Yeah, it has, but it's also been a little tiring, at least for me personally. I think I'm definitely ready for things to finish off, get through finals week, head into winter break.
Yeah, I totally agree. I just want to get through finals and then go home, but not only do I need it, but it'll just be so much. I think we deserve it, especially for us meteorology majors putting in all that tireless hard work.
Yeah, absolutely. Those classes are not easy. We're going to have a bit of a rough time, but I'm sure everybody's going to do great. Just make sure you study hard, and we'll get through this. But now we're going to switch things off and start the show with local weather around Tallahassee. Oceana, what's the story around there?
Thanks, guys. It is looking absolutely gorgeous here in Tallahassee right now. Just another look at Doak Campbell for you, 55 degrees. We're sitting really pretty here in Tallahassee. The chances of precipitation are really low for the next couple of days, but that will amp up towards Sunday, as we will talk about a little more later on in the show. We're sitting low 50s all across the region. Down in Apalachicola, we're sitting at 51, and Tallahassee and Mariana really being the higher points with 55 degrees. Now, our temperature almanac shows us really what we are looking at in comparison to the average and to the record. So luckily, we did not hit 84 degrees today like we did 10 years ago, but we are sitting pretty much on average. Our low today actually being 1 degree below freezing. Our dew points are still sitting really dry here all across the region. The temperatures are very far from the dew points, so that's how we know it is really dry. Our future satellite is really showing cloud coverage increasing into Friday morning, but really no precipitation is going to be something to worry about until maybe some scattered showers Friday, but really nothing to worry about until Sunday. Tonight it is going to be 41 degrees, mostly cloudy here in Tallahassee. It's really not going to be too warm outside. I would definitely bring a jacket if you are walking around or if you're walking to the library to study for those finals. Tonight, all across the region, we are going to be sitting around that 41 degree mark. So here along the coast, we are looking a little warmer. Carabel being 49, Apalachicola being 51, but those are still pretty cold temperatures for Florida. So just definitely keep an eye out for that and definitely bring your jacket. All across the Big Bend region, we will be sitting low 40s. Tomorrow, our high is going to be 69 and cloudy, so it's definitely going to be a little chilly without the sun out, so prepare for that anyways. Tomorrow, high 69, like I mentioned, really high 60s all across the region for our highs, but our lower points actually being Apalachicola and Carabel tomorrow with highs in the 66 to 67 region. Valdosta and Madison and Perry, we are going to be hitting low 70s, but overall we are going to be sitting around that 60-70 border. Now, Sunday is the day to look out for as far as precipitation is to be concerned. 100% precipitation, and you will see that radar soon enough how much rain the whole southeast region is going to be getting. But Monday, it will be cleared up, 0% chance, and sunny. Saturday, though, and Friday, we are looking pretty nice in terms of precipitation. 10% on tomorrow, and Saturday we are looking at 20%. But overall, Sunday will be the day to look out for. We're going to go ahead and zoom out to the state of Florida.
Yes, thank you for that, Oceana. As we take a look around some of our cameras around the state, we can see it's pretty cloudy pretty much everywhere we're looking, Tampa especially, but temperatures are looking pretty nice. High 60s. Panama City Beach right now at 54 degrees, so they're enjoying some really nice, cool temperatures. And as we look across the state of Florida, we can see that it's a similar story. You know, most people are sitting in the high to mid 60s, maybe a little cooler down south in the 70s, but still overall enjoying some pretty nice weather as we head into deep winter or meteorological winter with December. As we look at Miami, and it's more specifically in a 3-day forecast, you can see it's warming up a bit, but there's going to be some thunderstorms for sure coming through on Sunday. Hopefully that'll bring those temperatures down again. And as far as Tampa goes, again, like we've been mentioning, there's going to be rain on Sunday. Some thunderstorms look like they're going to be associated with that, 100% chance. So if you're in Tampa, definitely be on the lookout for that. And with Orlando as well, we're going to see more rain on Sunday and warming as we head into the weekend, but those should drop as we head into next week. Jacksonville, a little cooler than some of our cities down south, but similar story overall with that rain creeping in on Sunday. And Pensacola as well, enjoying some nice temperatures. And when we look at the radar, there's not really any storms to talk about. We've got a bit going on in the Gulf, but shouldn't be anything that you'll have to worry about today. And as we look at with satellite in South Florida, we can see some clouds, but again, no storms in that area. Same with Central Florida and North Florida as well, just some cloud cover, but no precipitation that you should have to worry about today. And looking at our satellite and radar as a whole, we can see these clouds coming in off the Gulf and heading into the majority of the Florida peninsula. But again, no showers associated with that, which is great. And tonight with temperatures in Florida, everybody, again, pretty much mid-60s to high 50s. There might be some storms down here in West Palm Beach and possibly Pensacola as well. So if you're in any of those cities, you're definitely going to want to prepare for that just in case. And with tomorrow across the state, temperatures are going to creep up a little higher than they were today, up to 69 here in Tallahassee. And it'll be a little warmer as we head down into the South Florida region with 77 in Tampa and then getting up to 79 in Miami and 80 in Key West. So, you know, a little warmer temperatures in the area for December, but as we see these storms start to roll in on Sunday, hopefully that should cool things down for the majority of the state. And I'm definitely looking forward to that because, you know, being in December, I definitely want to see things outside of the 70s region. I'd like to see 60s, maybe 50s. So we'll hopefully see that as Sunday creeps in. But let's zoom out to the southeast with Oceana. What's the story out there?
Thanks, Tyler. Now we're going to be zooming out a little bit into the southeast, where we will see some more of that rain come in on Sunday, like I mentioned before. Overall, we're looking really nice in New Orleans, Nashville looking absolutely beautiful with those pink skies, but everywhere else it looks like the sun has already set. As of right now, we are sitting in a high pressure system, which is really accounting for all of that dry air that we are experiencing, as well as the really nice temperatures that we've got going on right now throughout the entire region. Now, all throughout the southeast, we are sitting pretty similar with the exception of Miami being 71 degrees, which is pretty typical. So we are having a high, or our lowest temperature being in Charlotte at 49, Tallahassee 56, and over in New Orleans we're sitting at 59, 60s a little more in the Midwest. Now Tallahassee really has no wind right now. It's pretty calm, but the winds are definitely ramping up a little bit in Memphis and especially in Dallas. We are seeing a stronger wind occurring. So our weather map is going to start showing that huge line of thunderstorms coming through on Sunday. Here it comes. So we have this huge line of thunderstorms coming through the entire southwest region, but unfortunately just missing the New Orleans area, which is in a deep drought, which again we will discuss soon enough. But the precipitation chance is definitely something to look out for on Sunday. So here's our muggy cast showing how that moisture is going to come in. So right now, Tallahassee was pretty dry. Come Friday, Saturday, really the entire southeast region is going to increase in moisture throughout the weekend. We are starting out in the 40s as our dew points and ending up 50s, 60s, creeping up to that temperature, which is extending that moisture that is coming along with that huge line of thunderstorms. Sunday for Charlotte, 100% chance of rain, very similar to here in Tallahassee. But again, Monday, it will clear up very nicely. But Friday and Saturday are really not to worry about as far as precipitation chances. Our lows are going to be sitting 38, 45 Friday and Saturday, highs being 66 and 63 in Charlotte. Nashville, Saturday is when the rain is really going to creep in for this region. It is going to be a high of 67 and then 44 on Sunday. So that is a little bit of a drop here in temperatures, definitely something to take note of. Monday though, again, sunny, gorgeous for pretty much the entire southeast region. Sunday in Tampa, similar to Tallahassee, it is going to be rainy. And Sunday in New Orleans, it is going to be sunny once again. So this is the region that needed the rain the most. And unfortunately, they will be seeing drier conditions throughout the next few days. Now I'm going to pass things over to Josh.
Thank you so much. Now, it's time to talk about our America the Weatherful National Parks, and it is da-da-da-da. Oh. It is Congaree National Park in Congaree, South Carolina. So basically, with what makes this park so cool is that it has the largest intact old-grown bottomless hardwood forest in the southeastern U.S. It has over 100 bird species, 170 to be exact, and it has one of the highest deciduous forest canopies. And deciduous is basically trees they'll lose its leaves throughout the entire certain points of the year, and the height of this canopy is over 100 feet. So it's very nice to go take a hike without having to worry about getting sunburn. Now, if we go to our temperature almanac, today we were at a high of 57, so near our average, just slightly below, and nowhere near our record, thank goodness. And also, our low is 34, so near freezing, and we're actually also below that, and also we're nowhere near our record low. And thankfully, we're near close to our averages, so nothing to be alarmed there. Now, currently, we are seeing 39 degrees, mostly clear, no wind to worry about whatsoever. So if you're going out hiking for whatever reason, just make sure to bring a jacket because it's still going to be cold. But you won't have to worry about said wind chill factor. Now, if we zoom out, we'll see that we have Congaree, we're at 49, we're mainly hanging around the upper 40s, and then we're also seeing drier dew points overall in the 30s, so you won't really have to worry about humidity. If anything, you'll have to worry more so about wind chill factor. And then currently, we're seeing nothing but clear skies, nothing being picked up. But as you go further along, we'll see some clouds work its way in, nothing in terms of severe weather. And then as we have, then as you zoom out to the 4-day, we're going to be seeing overall just nothing is going to be happening except for Sunday, where we will see some storms coming, as Oceana pointed out, in the southeast. So if you're going hiking, make sure to keep that in mind. And otherwise than that, it'll be good to go. But speaking of going hiking, and also speaking of the weekend, I'm going to be studying for finals. Which, speaking of that, Tyler, Oceana, what's going on?
Yeah, thanks for that, Josh. Guys, we are so close to the end. Just one more week of the grind, but I know it's a pretty stressful time for a lot of people. How are you feeling, Oceana? Are you ready?
I don't want to say I'm ready yet, but I'm ready for the semester to come to a close, especially for us meteorology students. It's definitely been quite a hectic semester as far as studying has been concerned.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got a pretty rough final schedule ahead of me too. I got 3 on Thursday, so back to back to
perfect.
back. Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting, but we're gonna make it through it. But let's talk about the library hours on campus. The good news is that Stroger is going to be open 24/7 next week. So if you need to get in there and do maybe some late night studying, some cramming, it will be there for you. You should be able to find a table. Dirac, though, will be keeping its regular hours, so make sure you keep that in mind if you're planning on running the midnight oil.
That's right, because in the middle of the night, the only thing that's going to be open is Stroger, so if you're going to get a spot, definitely get there early. Will you be there in the middle of the night?
Me personally, I prefer studying in my room, but I know there are a lot of people that need that library environment, so good thing that that's available. But also, as we head into this finals week, it's important to keep in mind some study tips. One important thing is make sure you review your books. You know, those are your tool for sure. Get all your information.
Yeah, that's crucial. Having a study group is nice. People in your class is a support group. You're all going through the same thing, and studying in increments helps. Definitely try not to cram. Try not to use those midnight hours in the library because increments definitely help out.
Yeah, and music, you know, for me personally, that is what gets me through some long periods of studying. It likes to keep the energy up, you know, make sure that I'm lively and listen to some of my favorite artists. And the studying setting is also important as well. I know I mentioned the library isn't for me personally. I like to be in my room. It helps me focus a little better. But I know that doesn't work for everybody. And the library sometimes is, with everybody else studying, it's a more set environment.
I agree. I personally am not a fan of the library, and I'm huge on listening to music as well. And if you haven't tried it, you probably should. It really gets the morale going. Even when you're studying hard, music is not going to distract you as long as you pick something a little bit less crazy.
Yeah, that's right. I definitely would keep it mellow. But let's transition back to weather with the national stage. Josh, what's going on around the country?
Thank you so much. Now, we do have a lot going on, but real quickly, Tyler, since you mentioned that you're taking 3 exams on Thursday, if you're taking 3 exams within a 24-hour period, you can always request to get them rescheduled so that way you don't have to do so many exams in that same period. So I recommend doing that. But bringing it back to the national, overall, everything has set for the most part, except for Boulder, Colorado, and Rock Harbor, Washington. But overall, they look really nice. We're hanging around we're having cooler spots overall, 32, especially in Boston, and we'll be getting below freezing tonight there. So as I said, 32 in Boston. We have a wide variety going down to 72 in Miami, and we also have some showers in Seattle as we see a low pressure system in the eastern part of the state. So we're also seeing an area of moist dew points, and that's because we have a low over here associated with a warm front that's falling right around this area as well. But for the rest of the country, we're mainly staying very dry. Now, as we go to what's happening right now, we're seeing some rain work its way into the Pacific Northwest, especially going from Seattle to Portland. And we're going to see a lot more rain, especially in that area as well. And we're also going to be seeing some we're seeing rain over here, and that's going to eventually bring likely some snow into the western part of the Dakotas. And for the most part, we're staying dry across the rest of the country. Now, rainfall Friday, we're not going to expect the rain events to be Bismarck with some snow. And then Saturday, we'll have some rain over here. And Sunday, we're going to see rain in Seattle and going into the southeast, as Ocean mentioned. And the line of storms will be associated with a cold front. Now, storm outlook, right now, we're going to be seeing today is mainly going to be in the northwest with non-severe. It'll ramp up a little bit, especially going into Texarkana and working its way into Dallas with slight chance, marginal, and then we'll have a slight chance, especially going into Louisiana from Memphis all the way down into Houston. So if you're on those areas on Saturday, just be on the lookout. And about the next week or so, we'll have higher than normal temperatures across most of the country, especially over here in the Dakotas and Midwest. But for the most part, especially going along the eastern seaboard, expect nothing super crazy out of the norm. Tonight, we're going to be expecting temperatures going to stay around the 30s to 40s, 39 in Seattle with some rain, and then we'll have a little bit cooler. We'll be colder in Boston, below freezing. So if you're going to be out there, just make sure to bring a jacket. Well, bring a jacket everywhere except if you're in like Miami. But even then, you still want to wear a jacket because Miami in 68 means jacket weather. And then tomorrow, we're going to see mainly in the 40s in the north, but we're going to have 70s in the south, especially 79 in Miami, 74 in San Antonio, and we're going to expect rain, especially expect rain in the Dakotas, and start to expect some more rain in Salt Lake City. So, Oceana, what's happening with the lifestyle?
So we're actually going to go into more of the droughts right now before we get into the lifestyle. So let's discuss what's going on here. really the drought where I mentioned earlier is going to be in the Louisiana, Texas region, which I have covered many times this semester, and it seems to be the area of droughts. Our current temperatures are 60s all around the region, and here our dew points are showing that really, really dry area. So our dew point in New Orleans is 49, some more moisture in the Texas region, but still our dew points are a little bit high, and then we have 38 dew point in Little Rock, Arkansas. So we are sitting really dry in this region, and our current radar shows really not much rain coming yet. That front that I mentioned earlier is really going to go right past this region and unfortunately leave high pressure in the area afterwards, probably making it more dry, which is really unfortunate for this area. So if you do live in this area, it is definitely something to look out for and prepare for. Follow fire warnings and conserve water, all of those things. Our future radar shows some cloud coverage, but really not much rain. A little bit of scattered showers here on Friday, but in the Texas region, it's still pretty dry, and those showers probably aren't going to do a whole lot for the exceptional drought that this area is experiencing. This shows in New Orleans about half an inch, so I wouldn't say that it's going to completely cure the problem, but it should help fix things a little bit. These are some of the tips I was mentioning before. Ensure that you are being vigilant. Conserve water, practice fire prevention, and make sure you always follow directions from your local officials. The alerts, always stay vigilant when it comes to droughts. You never want to be starting fires, especially in this time. So I'm going to pass things back to Josh, and he is going to discuss the lifestyle.
Yeah, thank you so much, Oceana, for that wonderful talk, wonderfully talking about the droughts, and also now it's actually time for lifestyle. But as we bring it on home, we are seeing Panama City is just looking absolutely gorgeous. This is if I were you, I'd do for the gram and go outside and take a picture. But otherwise than that, it's looking absolutely breathtaking. Now, if you're flying out of Tallahassee tonight, you won't have to worry because there's no delays whatsoever, and we're going to be at a nice temperature of 55. And then if you go to across the rest of the country, nothing to worry about over here on any of the airports here. So we have no delays whatsoever. The weather's nice. Although if you're flying out of Portland or Seattle, factor in some extra time because you will probably expect delays because of said rain. Now, right now, if you worry about allergies, I know some people are worrying about them as well. You're in luck. You won't have to worry. The pollen reports are going to be low. It shouldn't aggravate you too much as long as you make sure you take your nasal spray and allergies medicine. But if you're going to take your dog for a walk, then I recommend going out around 9 a.m. It'll be nice and allow some time for the sun to warm up. It won't be super hot or super muggy like what we've been feeling this past summer. Now, if we're going to see the women's basketball game at the Tucker Center, you'll have nice conditions. It'll be mostly sunny and it'll be 63. And then if you're going down to Sunrise to go see the men's basketball team, it'll be 81, partly cloudy, so you won't need to worry about a jacket. But if you want to, you can bring some FSU apparel and show your team spirit. Then, if you're going out to look at Shell Point Beach, just for a nice stroll, you're in luck. It'll be really nice tomorrow, and it'll be mostly sunny. So we'll be hanging around 72 degrees with a slight wind. It'll be very nice to go out and enjoy the conditions before meteorological winter strikes. Tomorrow, if you're planning to go to the beach, especially Shell Point, I recommend going later, so that way you can still get in the water if you want to, or if you just want to go for the stroll, I still recommend going around 9 a.m. so it'll be nice and sunny. And then if you're going down to play sports tonight, I'm going to go see Twister. Highly recommend watching that movie. It's going to be 57 degrees, so get a nice fleece jacket, so that way you can still be active, but you're not going to be a little bit chilly tonight. And then finally, as you go to the rest of the weekend and get into that study grind, expect rain on Sunday, so I highly recommend staying inside to study then. However, if you do plan to study outside, I recommend Saturday because it'll be the best day. It'll be nice and warm, but it won't be super uncomfortable. So honestly, I'm just ready for, going back to the finals discussion. Me personally, I recommend going to study in the library. or any space that makes you feel at your best. But Tyler, what's happening around the local?
Yeah, thank you, Josh. Just going to skip through these graphics real quick. We got a live look at Doak here. Earlier there was a beautiful sunset out here. Now the sun's gone down with the time change that happened a little while ago, so not as pretty, but currently 55 degrees, partly cloudy and calm winds, so not too bad of a night outside. A little chilly though, so if you're outside you might want to have a coat, but if you're outside, no rain that you have to worry about. It's looking pretty clear around here, at least for the time being. As we mentioned, there should be some storms creeping in at the end of this weekend, but right now, clear skies, just some clouds. And looking at our temperatures, everybody's pretty cold. Tallahassee is our warm spot here, 55. And things get a little colder as we head up north, 49 in Donaldsonville. And Apalachicola is enjoying some pretty cool conditions at 51 down there by the coast as well. And as far as our dew points, things are really dry right now. Right now Tallahassee's in at 43, but they're getting all the way down to 38 and 37 up north here as we head into Georgia. So really dry conditions right now, but those should moisten up later this week. And looking at our future satellite and radar, we can see a lot of clouds coming in off the coast, maybe a few pop-up showers, but overall, mostly just clouds. Shouldn't be anything you really have to worry about too much. If you've got any plans heading into Friday evening. And tonight, it's going to get down to 41 degrees, so pretty chilly. I would definitely have a coat. Like I've mentioned, winds are going to stay calm, mostly cloudy. And looking around the rest of our region, it's pretty much the same story everywhere, around 40 degrees. But as we get towards the coast, things are going to get a little warmer. Apalachicola staying at 51 degrees, and everybody else in the mid-40s rather, around that coastal area as well. And looking into tomorrow, it's going to get up to 69 degrees and cloudy, which is honestly pretty perfect. I like a good 65 to 70 degree day. Really nice conditions. If you want to get out, tomorrow could be a nice day to do it. Nice breeze at 7 miles per hour too. And tomorrow's temperatures, everybody else, again, pretty much similar story throughout the region, around the high 60s, 70 here in Valdosta, Madison, and up to 71 here in Perry, but everybody pretty cool. And as we look at our 7-day, like we've been talking about, 100% chance of storms on Sunday. So definitely going to want to stay inside, maybe get a head start on some of the finals week studying, or if you got an exam on Monday, it might be crunch time. But whatever you've got to do, I would definitely stay inside. But after those storms creep through, we should see temperatures drop pretty nicely down into the 50s again, maybe some mid-60s. But overall, some really nice weather during finals week. Hopefully that'll help keep everybody's stresses down a little bit. But let's close things out over at the desk with Oceana and Josh.
Thank you so much. So, Oceana, are you ready to just get through finals and end the semester?
Oh yeah, I think that Sunday is looking like the perfect day to study with the rain coming through. It's a really great excuse for us to stay inside and really lock down.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm planning to do that already, but I'm definitely going to stay inside Sunday. But anyhow, so what are you excited to do for this break?
This break, I'm just excited to go to the beach. I'm from Naples, so I'm really excited to be back by the coast again. I wouldn't say Tallahassee is really a coastal area, so I'm really most excited about that. What about you?
I'm excited to just go home and sleep. Because here's the thing, we just haven't had enough sleep as meteorology majors. We work our butts off. But
That's
anyhow,
so true.
Follow us at Twitter at twitter.com/FSU Weather.
Like us on Facebook at FSU Weather.
Watch us live on YouTube, which you are doing right now at youtube.com/FSU Weather.
And follow us on Instagram at FSU Weather, as well as our TikTok at FSU Weather.
Yeah, this is student meteorologist Josh Millay.
And I'm student meteorologist Oceana Hayden. Have a great night.